Hey guys, I'm Boot. We're in New Jersey, and today is day 296 of my weight loss journey. And I stepped on the scale this morning, and I gained 2 pounds this week. I don't know, man. I'm starting to think I'm really plateauing pretty hard. Seeing as how it's taken me 3 months to lose. What was I at? 350, 353, back and forth for a while. Now I dropped down to 345, 343. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I'm really feeling like it's not going anywhere. I think I'm getting to the point where I'm normal, I guess, because a lot of people, have their weight that they are set at, that their body sticks to, and they can't gain or lose much. I'm sure I could gain, but why? I've been feeling a lot of different things lately about it. I kind of get in my own head a little bit sometimes. And one of the things that has really got me recently was I was getting into my van at work. And on some of the vans, there are poles and stuff to grab onto. In the van I've been driving, there's no pole. It's just, you grab the seat and you grab the side of the door and you pull yourself in. And, that's okay, that's not a big deal. But yesterday when I was working, I've been working all week. I changed my schedule up so I can work 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and then Monday through Thursday, and then work Saturday, in between. And Saturday, while I had, 40 hours, I had gotten, I worked 12 hours on Saturday, which gave me 10 hours of overtime. So that was, I guess that was a plus in a way. But then again, when I got my check, the overtime, I was taxed over 20% of my, what I made. So it really, even with my raise and doing more overtime, I'm making less now than what I did before. And it's kind of disheartening, considering all the things, all the good things that have happened. I got my raise. I got into the wheelchair van. I started losing a little bit of weight there. I think I dropped about 10 pounds total, with that from where I am now as to where I was. I was like around 350, 353, and it was, back and forth. And, starting this new part of the job in the wheelchair vans, constantly up and down, having to climb around patients and stuff, it added a little bit more activity to my job, so I feel like I'm getting stronger, and that's a good thing, but at the same time, I don't feel that I'm dropping weight. I don't feel like I'm getting enough exercise, maybe. I don't know. I have had a lot of good things go on this past week, but like I said, yesterday I got in my van, and as I climbed up my, what is that part called? The upper part of your leg, your thighs. My thighs started to hurt really bad. Now I've been having problems with my back and my hip over the last couple weeks, in and out of the van and running around and everything. And it's been bothering me a lot, yes, but I am medicated, so, at the end of the day, I'm medicated and I'm not feeling completely terrible, but throughout the day, I'm suffering through it a little bit and just kind of pushing through. And I was kind of thinking yesterday, I remember when I first started to get really fat to the point where I couldn't do anything, and I couldn't move, and I wanted to move, but I couldn't, and then I didn't want to move because I couldn't. And I kind of felt like, oh my God, like, this is what it felt like when it started to bother me to do stuff. And like then I kind of said I didn't want to do stuff anymore, and am I going to start this whole chain of events all over again? And I of course my mental block kicked in. I was like, no, I can't. I have to push forward. I have to keep going. And it's one of the things that's really bothering me the most is that I'm not losing weight. I've gained weight this week. I gained 2 pounds, and I don't know where the fuck it's coming from. I really don't. Maybe it's muscle. I don't know. I'd like to say it's muscle, but I can't. Just because if I say, oh yeah, I'm gaining muscle and losing fat, then that makes me feel like that's an excuse. And the last thing I need is excuses. The last thing I need is, more excuses. I finally got the weekend off, and, all this thought process in my head going on, and with the raise that I got, I'm extremely grateful that I got the raise because it will really help in the future. Unfortunately, Uncle Sam feels differently and wants to take more money away from me, so fuck you, Uncle Sam. But, with that said, I'm having, a lot of thoughts about my job. I always want to be moving forward. I always want to be taking steps to go ahead, above and beyond. With getting Employee of the Month last week, that was fucking everything I needed. That was everything I needed. But then I think about it this way, too. We are a small company. We're a big company, but we're a small company, in the fact of big companies that I've worked for before. And while I'm just one person, I'm one person of maybe 40 or 50 people who work for my company, and if there's that many. And at the same time, I might be bound to get Employee of the Month just at some time, you know what I mean? It also might have been, I hate to say it, but it kind of feels sometimes like I was pitied, because I was working hard and I was really just kind of down about it. And maybe they just gave me Employee of the Month to make me feel better. I still appreciate the gesture, of it. And I'm ecstatic that I made Employee of the Month. But at the same time, I kind of think about it and I'm like, did they just do it to give me that boost so that I wouldn't, leave? Or, I don't know. Or maybe have a breakdown or something? I don't know. But over the past week, I've been noticing, I'm working a lot more hours. I'm working a lot harder. And it's funny because I'm working a lot harder to do a lot less, which is against a lot of what I believe, work smarter, not harder, and unfortunately, working more to do less kind of seems like going backwards to me, and it really kind of bothers me. At the same time, though, I have a great staff at work, and unfortunately, we do have one guy who kind of likes to break balls without realizing it. So, but for the most part, everybody there is very supportive. Everybody there is very, upbeat, and we joke around and we have a good time. But at the end of the day, we're all just there to do a job, and I feel like maybe I've kind of been being coaxed or coached. Maybe coaxed. It's like, hey, can you do this? And that's why you're Employee of the Month. And I'm like, flattery will get you everywhere. But really, I'm thinking no. And, at the same time, I want to hold myself to a better standard. And with getting Employee of the Month, I think that's what I've been trying to do. But I'm really kicking my own ass. And it's just something that I've been thinking about lately. And I'm starting to wonder in my company if I'm just going to be a cog or, what. I hate feeling that way. I hate feeling like I'm going to be stuck in this job, and there's no room for advancement. Because, honestly, I don't know if I could do what, like the management types or the office types are doing. I don't know if I could do that. I'd like to try, just to get my foot in the door and get moving forward again. But I feel like while this job is hard, there are other jobs I could be doing that are much harder. And that's what I think about when I start to get down about my job. I could be fucking roofing. I could be bulkheading. Like my brother. My brother has been a bulkheader since he was 17. And he's like in his 30s now. And he has some health problems. And, I've been thinking about, like, looking at the guys that we grew up with, who were bulkheaders and stuff. They had blown out knees and everything else. And, they were veterans. And they were only in their 40s. And they looked like they were in their 60s. And, oh, man, like some people just work themselves to geriatrics, in no time. And I think about it, so, I think there could be a lot harder things I could be doing, but this isn't that bad. I get to sit in a van most of the day, and either in the heat or the AC, and at the most I have to, up and down in the van, run around patients, pushing patients around, sometimes bring them upstairs, and, things like that. And it's really not that bad. From a normal person's standpoint, I would think that it would be a pretty easy job. From the fat guy standpoint, I'm thinking it's something better than nothing. And it's not breaking my balls, but it's not doing nothing and getting paid for it. So I appreciate the opportunity that I've had to work this job and grow in the company. I really think that I would like to continue to grow in the company. And I think I really want to get my foot in the door doing something, in the office, whether it be, dispatching or, maybe just something, I don't know how long that the I don't know how long everybody's been there, so I don't really know how fast everybody grew into the positions. I know some people had applied for different positions in the company and gotten those positions. I also know that, some of them had been there for years. We have our main supervisor. He's been there for years, and he goes, way back. And he's one of the most respected people in the office. But at the same time, he's not, like, on a pedestal. He's one of those guys who's, like, is down in the trenches with you, And he really kind of, as of late, thinking about wanting to move forward with the company, because I like the company. There are things I like about the company and things I don't like about the company. And what I do like about the company is the people that work there. And, thinking about it, I have grown with the company over the last 9 months, which really isn't that long. It's not even a year. But I want to move forward in the company. I want to do for the company. And I think that's a good thing. Loyalty to the company you work for. And there was a time when I thought I might want to go to another company. But, I mean, is it worth it? I don't think so. So that's pretty much all I got this week. Oh, other than that, I'm going to be getting new teeth within the next week, 2 weeks. So yeah, looking forward to that. That's going to be really exciting. I'm definitely going to come up on here and show them off. For now, I'll just give you a big gappy smile. But I'm going to be getting new teeth soon. Really excited. Can't wait for that. That's about all I got. Thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and let's be our best selves together. I'll see you guys in the next one.